To our viewers watching on PBS in the United States and to all of you around the world, welcome. We begin the day with the Greek answer to migration the government says the system cannot handle. On Friday, Greek lawmakers voted to suspend asylum applications for migrants arriving by sea from North Africa. The 3-month stop comes amid a sharp spike in arrivals to the island of Crete, which officials say has overwhelmed local facilities. Hundreds of people have been landing almost daily. Some are rescued at sea. Others reach shore on their own in overcrowded boats. And with no formal reception center on the island, authorities have been forced to house people in makeshift shelters amid sweltering summer heat. Conditions are cramped, medical needs are growing, and local officials say they've been overwhelmed. The journey begins in eastern Libya. Smugglers charge up to 5,000 euros for the 300-kilometer journey to Crete. Now, this has now become one of the most active and dangerous migration routes into the European Union. Human rights groups and the United Nations say Greece's move is illegal, inhumane, and risks putting lives in more danger. But the government sees it differently.
This legislation suspends the submission of asylum applications, meaning that individuals who are detained will no longer enter the international protection process. As soon as an opportunity arises, they will be returned. This serves as a deterrent, as those attempting to come now know that, even though other routes into Europe exist, in Greece they will face detention, will not be allowed to apply for asylum, and will be returned without their asylum claims being registered.
Well, I'm joined now by our correspondent, Sofia Kleftaki. She is in Athens. Sophia, it's good to see you. The Greek government, it says that local authorities are being overwhelmed. I mean, what does that look like? What is the situation right now on the island of Crete?
Indeed, they are overwhelmed as right now the situation on the island of Crete is both it's tense and it's complex. So on the one hand, we have arrivals of tourists. It is the peak of the summer, it's the peak of the Greek touristic season. And on the other, we have this noticeable increase of irregular arrivals, especially from Libya and on the southern coast of Crete. So this is the area of Chania, it's the area of Rethymno, and of Iraklion, and also the little small island Gavdos, which is about 35 kilometers southern from Crete, where 1/5 of those irregular arrivals are registered.
And what happens to these irregular arrivals? I mean, where are they being taken? Is there any organized reception in place for them?
And this is the issue. Where are all those people taken, as Crete doesn't have any organized reception infrastructures by now, so there is no solution to this issue. And they are taken as quickly as possible by the Greek Coast Guard to territory shelters. For Chania, for instance, this is the former exhibition center. In Rethymno, it was the port, as there was no other shelter. In Iraklio, it was a former bus station. So the island is overwhelmed as there are no facilities. However, according to this new law that has been passed today by the Greek parliament, a new detention center is planned on the island of Crete.
Okay, so is that where these new arrivals will be kept? What's going to happen in the next 3 months if people arrive in Crete? Will they be automatically deported?
So this is the question now. The Greek parliament passed this law for the new asylum policy today. However, it's not clear what happens and if the irregular migrants are taken to this new detention center, and it's not decided yet where it will be. According to local media, they say it will probably be near Iraklion in a former military training center, but this is not confirmed yet. Mitsotakis just announced it today has been passed, so it will be they will be following on where exactly they will be taken. However, yesterday in the port of Lavrio nearby Athens, 500 undocumented migrants arrived, and they will be taken to the Malakasa camp, which is just outside of Athens. So Crete is overwhelmed, and the government tries to respond as quick as possible.
And Sophia, has the Greek government addressed accusations that this suspension is illegal?
Well, Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis and government officials insist that it's an emergency situation, it's an extraordinary situation. Kyriakos Mitsotakis stressed that Greece will not be an open corridor to Europe, as he stated. And the main statement also is that it's absolutely necessary, given the numbers and the pressure that Crete is under.
What do we know about cooperation from North Africa? I'm thinking about Libya. Is the Libyan Coast Guard, for example, helping to prevent asylum seekers from reaching Greek territory, or are they helping to take these people back?
There are no official statement on those negotiations, as Greece is trying to keep negotiations open and to find a solution with Libya. However, it's under a lot of pressure, as there is no solution yet. So this is an ongoing. We'll see what happens within the next weeks and months, maybe.
And Sophia, what about the European Union, the European Commission? Has there been any response from them?
Well, the European Commission has been informed before the law has been passed today by the Greek Parliament. However, there hasn't been an official statement yet of the European Commission. They walk a very thin line. On the one hand, they support Greece, as they're aware of the pressure that the country is under. On the other hand, they're reminding the state members to stick to international law and human rights.
Okay, our correspondent Sofia Kleftaki with the latest for us from Athens. Sophia, thank you.